I'm Marisa Calvert. I am the head of PR for Us and Engage. I manage all the publicity around varsity sports, varsity cups, South African Gymnastics Federation, and yeah, any kind of sport that you can think of. My very first highlight, I think, was when I was working for an agency in Oman, and I actually was part of a team that got a main sponsor on board for an exhibition game between Brazil and Oman, the Oman football team. So that was quite a big thing for me. It was amazing. I got to meet the Brazil team in 2009. It was like next level. I met my best. I'm still a very big Brazil football fan, despite where they find themselves on the ranking. So that was a very big highlight. I met Dunga, I met Ricardo. It was like, guys. It was amazing. I'm like. Oh, I'm gonna get a bit political here. But no, what I've seen is that there's still a very big disconnect when it comes to your top schools that is funded well by either parents or sponsors versus your rural schools. So you'd get Sia Kabisi, who grew up in a township, Zwede, in the Eastern Cape. He did not have the same opportunities in the township that he got at Grey College. If you are not at a top school, you are not seen. You don't get that opportunity. Damien Delander, boy from Milnerton. My friend who worked at Stellenbosch University at the time said that Damien's dad brought him to Stellenbosch every other day to do the drills, to work, just to get in somewhere. Because Milnerton is not known as a school that produces rugby talent. And this is the big disconnect that we are seeing. So I think if somehow, somewhere, magically we find money, and this money can be distributed evenly so that you can level the playing field a little bit. Not everybody has a parent or parents or grandparents or uncles that is going to take them to a game. And not everybody has that. I can just freely go chat to somebody. So I'm here, it's a tournament, there's the coach from a school that I really want to go to. Nobody has that. But you need to be true to your craft, and I always maintain that you can post whatever you want on social media about how lekker your life is and how good it is and whatever, and that you are just doing the pull-ups and the push-ups. But if that does not translate onto a field, because there are a lot of tournaments where many schools come together, so you can either get frustrated with the teammates that you're playing with because they're not at that level, or you can be that shining star that gets seen. People are looking at you when you're on the field. They see how you deal with situations, how you might deal with rejection, all of these things. People look at you, and you need to be true to yourself and what you know and your craft. So if you say, you know what, I want to be a Springbok one day, guess what? You need to work. You need to make sure that what you put on social media, what you put on the field, it matches a Springbok ideal. But if you're going to be like a little bit of a troublemaker, and I'm not saying don't make mistakes. We love mistakes. This is how we learn. We take the L's, we turn them into lessons. So, but what I am saying is, if you are the person that's going to post all your party photos and you're 17 years old, and all I'm seeing is that you are just with the drips and the whips and this youngster talk, and you're just wearing new J's every day, and that does not speak Springbok to me. But you're the person that is making a difference in your community. You're the person that is helping with the community feeding scheme, for example. You're building a little garden. Those are the people that I see. Once you step into the spotlight and now you are winning man of the or player of the match, tournament, whatever, getting all these honors, now your name starts coming up. People start talking about you. What do? They're going to Google you. So Google yourself, see what Google is spitting out, and see where you can change and how we can change your image, so that when someone Googles you, the negative stuff does not come up. We don't always want to say, you need to cover up your mistakes and stuff. But unfortunately, we live in a world where a tweet that you posted in 2012 will come bite you in 2020. From 10, 20, 30 years ago, there's a lot of strides that have been made in terms of women's sports. There's still a lot of things that can happen. I still feel that media can still help. I still feel that sponsors can help. We just saw 7 of our football players strike amazing deals overseas. But now you get people like, I don't watch women's sport, it's not exciting, it's not this, it's not that. It's not that. It's not going to be that. You cannot compare Chelsea women to Chelsea men. There's a big difference between the two. Women play a certain way, men play a certain way. And I'm not saying football and rugby and whatever is men's sport, it's just that men played it first. But we can never say, but women can't play it. And I feel that there are a lot of corporates that can invest, not at the top. Don't invest when the teams are doing great and they are now flying high and now you can get all that media coverage. No. We need to start investing. Just like we're investing in our youngsters, we need to invest in our women's sport. We cannot expect a rugby sevens team to perform on the world stage when we don't even have that sport in school. If we want to see women's sport flourish, like the way that I'm dreaming that it flourishes, is that we need to start with the grassroots. We need to put in the structures. And what I would love to see in the next year or two is that our PSL teams have a women team as well. So Sex and the City, Samantha. So she is a publicist. And she was the one that I really liked. I didn't miss an episode. Like just the way she operated besides her personal life. Like just how she was always like quick. Then there's Kimora Lee Simmons. Fabulosity, the book that changed my life. So I was very addicted to watching everything Kimora Lee Simmons. I watched every episode, just her work ethic and the way she did things and how she was always solution driven, and this is how she raised her daughters as well. It was like, don't come here with a little problem. I don't want to hear your problems. What is your solution? And it's really driven me to be that person as well. When I look at South African women, there is the pit bull in heels, Miss Farah Fortune, who I absolutely love. And then there's also, she goes by the name of Hypris, Melanie Ramji. So both ladies are in PR. They in the like entertainment, outside of sport. But just seeing how they work, how they operate. You can probably ask them for anybody's number and they'll have it. I'm sure both of them have Bonam's number. But just looking at how, like Farah built her business from the ground up. She always says she had 1,000 rand and she built a business with 1,000 rand. And I'm like, that in today's life, that's probably 10,000 rand. But regardless, she's true to her brand, she's true to herself, and she is also one of the most hardworking people in the industry, in the public relations industry. It's one that's stuck with me. So it's also something that my late dad taught me, not in so many words, but it is what he actually meant. But the quote is, if you want to vibrate at a higher frequency, you need to get uncomfortable. So as soon as you're in your little comfort zone and everything is going lekker, remember, frogs chill in comfortable water, but the stove is on and they boil to death. So don't settle, don't think that life is good. Only as you start getting uncomfortable and feeling those growth pains and the teething is when you know that you're actually making strides.